Whatever happened come from that way.
Yeah.
اللي هي مويه.
What you're looking at is one of the colossi of Memnon. And one of the most amazing features of this is the fact that that entire seated figure is one piece of stone. The stone is quartzite, and it weighs 700 tons, and came from the quarry for this is in Cairo, which is at least 200 kilometers away. So the conventional story is that these were made during the 18th dynasty of the pharaonic period of Egypt, and that means that these were supposedly sculpted about 1500 BC. But the dynastic Egyptians didn't have steel of any form, or at least volume or quantity, until about 800 BC. Quartzite is a super hard stone. Quartzite, as in it contains quartz. Quartz is 7 in hardness out of 10 on the Mohs scale, with diamond being the hardest thing we know, which is 10. So if they didn't have at least steel, how could they possibly have shaped these things? And the other thing again is that the seated figure weighs 700 tons. So the original block, if it was carved here in position, probably weighed 1,000 tons. And how could they have moved it at least a minimum of 200 kilometers from the quarry, which is in the Cairo area? So a quick correction. I was just told by our guide, Mohammed Ibrahim, that in fact the quarry is called the Red Mountain in Cairo, or the Cairo area, 700 kilometers away, which is more than 400 miles. How were these things moved? On tree trunks? So what are you thinking, Susan?
Well, that is kind of, odd. That is how they exfoliate, but this is kind of odd in that it's coming off in such a thin layer.
Uh-huh.
It's like it's a little skim around the outside of it. Can you hold your hand up, please?
Well, here too, if you look at these ones.
Potentially.
Yeah, look at the crystalline structure here.
No, it's not. The other one had much bigger layer on. Hang on. Looks like someone's had a good go at sawing the top off, doesn't it?
He's not happy with you up there.
You get some good pictures from up there looking down on it.
What you were looking at is one of the largest sculptures ever made in the history of the world. The base itself weighed 400 tons, and either the combination of the sculpture and the base weighed 1,000 tons, or maybe the sculpture weighed 1,000 tons. Now the quarry is likely at least 200 kilometers away, so how did they move it?